Hi friends, and today we are going to discuss from AS3 cash flow statement, ICI study material illustration 8, complete entire theory part and all the 7 illustrations they have been uploaded. You can watch through playlist. So this 8th illustration is very simple and complete the data given provided you. So with provided data you need to work out the cash flow statement. Particularly operating activities, cash flow from operating activities you may work out by direct method and indirect method. So to work out by direct method we need cash received from customers or debtor, cash paid to suppliers, creditors, operating expense paid, tax paid, etc. But if that information is not available to you, then you have to go for indirect method. So indirect method you have to start with net profit, and depreciations and transfer to provisions and reserves should be added back. Non-profit items, non-operating items to be withdrawn. Change in working capital, increase or decrease to be considered, and tax to be deducted. Investing financing activities are quite common. Okay. So but here in the problem number 8 there is no possibility to work out cash flow statement from operating activities. So we need to go for indirect method only. Okay. Now first I will explain while reading the sum. Thereafter I would like to put on the board. Okay. And it will be useful to you, and I will explain the same sum and 2 times to you. Okay. Right. Ms. Jyoti of Star Oils Limited has collected the following information for the preparation of cash flow statement for the year ending 31st March 2011. Put the heading Star Oils Limited cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2011. Inner column, particulars, inner column and outer column. So it is given in lakhs. Put the heading rupees in lakhs. First I will say one by one how to handle this. So net profit 25,000. Whenever it is simply given net profit, obviously we assume it is net profit after tax. After tax means generally you will estimate tax what you have to pay. You can make a provision through P&L, which is called provision for tax. After that provision for tax, the net profit is 25,000. Then what we are supposed to do? And already I said that we need to work out indirect method. So take here net profit 25,000. Dividend including dividend tax paid 8,535. Normally dividend paid is a financing activity. It should be added back here and it should be deducted as a financing activity. But here you can deduct only as a financing activity, but need not to add back here, because this net profit is not after appropriations. It is net profit after tax. But of course it should be categorically should be given. Okay, but of course it is not mentioned here. This is the net profit after tax. So therefore dividend is appropriation, so that that dividend is not deducted, so need not to add back here. So you can show as a minus figure in the financing activity. Provision for income tax should be added back here because non-cash item. Tax paid you may deduct here. Income tax paid during this year, yes, it is the item to be deducted here. Loss on sale of asset 40, it is a non-operating item. Loss normally will reduce your profit. It should be withdrawn. It should be added back. So need not to write anywhere. On the whatever the amount you record as cash received by sale of assets, and there itself that loss is automatically incorporated. Just you have to withdraw here from operating activity. Need not to show anywhere. So book value of assets sold 185. 185 book value. 40 rupees while selling there is a loss. 145 rupees, 145 received towards sale of fixed asset. So this is what it is, a investing activity. Depreciation charged to P&L, it should be added back in the to the net profit. It is a non-cash item. Profit on sale of investments 100. So this is also to be withdrawn when by doing indirect method. Profit increases profit, it should be removed means minus. So from the net profit you can reduce this 100. Profit on sale of investments, it is a investing activity. Carrying amount of investment sold 27,765. Carrying amount means book value. Sold at 100 profit, which means amount received by sale of investment 27,865. So it should be shown as a investing activity, amount received towards that. Next one, interest income on investments 25 2506. Interest income on investments. Interest income is always what kind of activity is investing activity. So you can withdraw here through P&L, and it interest income normally increases your profit. To be removed, this is, so you can minus, and it should be shown as a investing activity. Interest expense of the year, interest paid of the year. Interest expense, whatever you charged through P&L, interest expense is always, or interest paid is always a financing activity. So whatever the interest expense charged, it should be added back in P&L because it is a non-operating activity. But while reducing from financing activity, interest paid is to be deducted from financing activity. So need not to cross check the working capital, and straight away given increase in working capital after additions and subtractions to the net profit after tax, and you can incorporate the change in working capital. This is inflow, means it should be added. Purchase of fixed assets is a investing activity. Investments in joint venture is a investing activity. Okay, and next one. Expenditure or construction of work in progress. So it is also capital expenditure. Some amount you spend on the construction, but still is work in progress. So it is a capital expenditure, means purchase of asset. It is investing activity. Proceeds from calls in arrears. Calls in arrears is nothing but part of share capital. So it is a financing activity. Receipt of grant from capital grants. So generally when a particular company receives capital grants from government, it is like a capital receipts. So it is also financing activity. Proceeds from long-term borrowings is a financing activity. Proceeds from short-term borrowings is a financing activity. That's all. Opening cash bank balance should be added. The result is closing cash and bank balance. That's all. Simply what I explained, and the same we can work out, and we can I would like to put on the board. Okay, first I want to take that net profit 25,000. Net profit 25,000. Take it. Dividend paid including 8,535. Dividend paid, normally it is a financing activity. Normally it should be withdrawn here and it should be shown there, but here need not to withdraw that one because it is not taken. It is taken before appropriations, so that need not to adjust here. Straight away you can show there. So dividend including dividend tax paid. Dividend tax paid. Okay, dividend tax paid, it is outflow 8,535. Provision for income tax should be added back, non-cash item. Should be added back, non-cash item 5,000. Tax paid we can reduce, no doubt. Income tax paid 4248 should be deducted here, we can deduct later. Loss on sale of asset should be withdrawn here. Loss will reduce your profit, it should be added back. Add loss on sale of asset 40. Book value of assets sold 185. Assets sold at 40 loss means 145 received. Investing active. Cash received by sale of sale of asset. Book value 185. 45 rupees loss. 45 loss, of course 45 lakhs. 40 lakhs is a loss, so 145 is the amount received by the sale of fixed asset. Depreciation charged to P&L, it is a non-cash item, it reduces your profit but it will not reduce your cash, therefore it should be added back. Add depreciation on assets which was charged, and it is 20,000. The profit on sale of investments to be withdrawn here 100. Profit increases your profit, to be removed means less. Profit on sale of investments Profit on sale of investments 100. You can withdraw here. But carrying amount of investments sold, book value 27,765, sold at 100, profit means amount received by sale of investment 27,865. It is a investing activity. Cash received by sale of investments within bracket 27,765 plus 100, 27,865. 27,865. Interest income on investments, it should be withdrawn here. Interest income increases, profit to be removed less. Interest income on investments 2,506. 2,506. Okay. So, and interest income too should be always shown here. It should be withdrawn and it is to be shown as a investing activity. So interest income received on investments 2,506. 506. Interest expense for the year, interest paid during this year. Interest expense we charged here should be withdrawn because interest expense is always a financing activity. So interest expense reduces profit, it should be added back. Add interest expense of the year, which is annual expense 10,000. It should be withdrawn. But interest expense, not interest expense, interest paid should be shown as a financing activity. Interest paid during the year 10,520. 10,520. Increase in working capital change, of course you have to consider here. Increase in working capital change should be considered here. So increase in working capital change except cash balance 56,081. Purchase of fixed assets is a investing activity. Cash paid for purchase of fixed assets 14,560. 14,560. Investments in joint venture is also investing activity. Investment in joint venture 3,850. It is also investing activity. Next one, expenditure on construction of work in progress is also investing activity. Expenditure on construction of work in progress is a capital expenditure 34,740. 34,740. Okay, so and this is a cash paid for purchase of fixed assets. Investments in joint venture, this is also outgoing activity. Next, receipt of government capital grants is a capital receipt. Proceeds from calls in arrear is a financing activity. Proceeds from calls in arrears is a financing activity. Receipt of capital grant of capital projects, capital receipts. Receipt of grant for capital projects. We used to discuss in the AS12 government grants this one, okay, 12. Proceeds from long-term borrowings is a financing activity. Proceeds from long term borrowings 25 980. Proceeds from short term borrowings also here. Borrowings also here 20,575. Finally, opening cash to be added, cash and bank balance. The result will be closing cash and bank balance. Okay, so ultimately at the end of the period, after resulting this amount, and we have to consider the change in working capital. Okay, so only income tax should be paid, should be considered here. Let us check income tax paid only 4248. Okay, by considering all these items, we can say net cash flow from operating activities before tax, income tax 1353. Okay, yes, 100, 2506, 10,000, 56,000, 81. So, and change in working capital, changes in working capital, sorry, this is a minus figure. Okay, so current assets increase means like stock and etc. increase, outflow. Okay, current assets, when you compare current liability, current asset increases means nothing but check it how it is given, increase in working capital. Okay, so increase in working capital means cash outflow 56,081. Okay, 1353. For this, income tax should be deducted minus income tax paid should be deducted 4248. Right in outer column, this is a outflow 2895. This is what we can say net cash flow from operating activities. Okay, and come back to the next activity, cash flow from investing activity. So there are 3 plus items and there are 3 minus items. Net is again in minus 22,634. This is net cash flow from investing activities. Come back to the last one. Here there are 2 minus items and of course there are plus items are 4. Okay, so the net effect is looking like net inflow 27,514, which we can say net cash flow from financing activities. Okay, right. So out of these 3 we can check it. So when you consider all these 3, net increase in cash equivalents, all these 3 net result can be said as 1985. For this we need to add opening cash equivalents. Opening cash equivalents. So here opening cash equivalents, if you check it how much it is given, opening cash 5,003 and therefore closing cash equivalent 6,988. Therefore closing cash and cash equivalents. Very simple to work out like this, but particularly this is actually, we know that while considering working capital change, increase in current asset outflow, increase in current like stock debtor. Okay, increase in current asset outflow, decrease in current asset inflow, and current liability increases inflow, decreases outflow. It is given increase in working capital change means current assets are more. Increase in current asset is nothing but outflow. Okay, now this is a simple way to solve this sum, and of course it may be given for So 8 marks in the examination, and very importantly, so it takes very less time to finish the sum. Okay, and just you concentrate this one, and we can discuss the next problem in the next class. Bye.